Hello guys, this is Red from Red's Third Dimension Gaming, and today I'm bringing you a review on Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 V Generation. First off, this is a remake of Hyperdimension Neptunia Victory from the PlayStation 3 with new game features including new gameplay mechanics and new story and all kinds of content. A few years have passed since Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2, and Gamindustri has been at peace for a while. The C have gotten lazy, especially Neptune, and Planet Neptune's Oracle Histoire, which Neptune calls Histy, who is always humble and kind. However, in this instance, she is extremely frustrated at the lazy Neptune and Nepgear. She kind of reminds me of like my parents when they would yell at me because I'm playing video games all day or something back in my teen years. And they were like, why don't you do something, go get a job? And I did get a job, but she reminds me of that. So the game features a plethora of gaming parodies. The new content includes even a dialogue scene where Neptune uses a VR headset, and it's similarly named after the Oculus Rift, which is not a Sony product. I saw someone else's review and they said it was a Sony Oculus Rift parody. They didn't say parody, but they just said and it's not that at all. Sony has something called Project Morpheus, and this is Oculus Rift. It's very closely named after that. Anywho, the game's map also features returning parody characters such as Mario with a Y instead of a I-O, because that's supposed to be like him. He's a plumber. They even mention there's a new plumber party game out, talking about Mario Party. There's a lot of references to different characters. Snake Hater is another one. David Hayter is the main actor that played Snake in Metal Gear for the longest time ever, and then they switched it to a new one now, but they always had Snake Hater, and pretty much, yeah, you can get the parody there. There's a lot of them. This is a gamer's game. Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 V Generation main plot takes place in 1989 in an alternate dimension that is known as V Dimension, and Neptune needs to increase her shares in order for her to return to her own dimension. However, she finds out that it is not as easy as it sounds. There's also an evil alliance known as the Seven Sages, who want to destroy all the CPU goddesses in Gamindustri and cause havoc. It is a well-written tale, and it makes you thirst for more. This game is really good compared to all the Hyperdimension games. This is one of the top games in story-wise. And the story is much better than Hyperdimension Neptunia U, which is the last game that came out a month ago, by a mile. That story was decent. I thought the game overall was good, but this one just beats that one by a mile. And Victory was my first entry into the Hyperdimension series, and then I enjoyed it a little bit. I didn't finish the whole game, and then I went back and started playing. I started buying the first one, the second one, and then they came out to the Vita, and it's like, well, I might as well play the best version. The Vita versions have more gameplay, more story, additional content. They got so much into these games that there's no point in going back to the PS3 versions. Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3's gameplay mechanics are extremely fun, and it returns back to the turn-based system. There are a lot of fans that didn't appreciate the hack and slash Hyperdimension Neptunia U. That's what it was. It was not turn-based at all. It was hack and slash. You can compare it in the same category as Dynasty Warriors, but I would not call it Dynasty Warriors. Dynasty Warriors does not own hack and slash. There are a lot of hack and slash games. Just because that's the biggest game in hack and slash does not mean that you gotta say this is a Dynasty Warriors. Does this game even look like a Dynasty Warriors game? No. But that I can save that for another time. Thankfully, the game mixes it between action, like the Tales series. If you ever played the Tales game, it's similar to that, where you can walk around and instantly battle people, and that action kind of packs part of it. And it's turn-based as well, kind of like the classic Final Fantasy games where you have many different options. The enemy can't keep attacking you. You have time to make a decision on what you want to do. So it's a lot of strategy in the game instead of just random buttons. New gameplay features include up to 5 moves in the custom attack system, and this provides more ways to defeat enemies and allows you more freedom with your attacks, so you can choose a lot more variety in what you want to attack with. The Stella dungeon has also made a return, and now she can bring friends into the dungeons, and each of them are equipped with special skills and lend support for her. In the last Rebirth game, I didn't really care too much for the Stella dungeon, but it's a nice little feature if you want to use it. Also, this one seems like a big improvement over the last one, because she always died when I used her in Rebirth 2, but this one she didn't seem to die as much. Remaking dungeons has returned, customization of equipment, and there's a ton to explore in this game. Offers hours upon hours of gameplay. X drives, SP skills, and the menus have all been revamped. I really like how they changed up the menus. I don't remember Victory's menu system, but I remember Rebirth's and the past ones, and the menu system just seems like a big improvement. Overall, Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 looks gorgeous on the Vita. One of my complaints about the PS3 version of Victory was the environments looked terrible. In this one, they improved upon it by adding the new Rebirth engine to the game, and overall it looks gorgeous compared to the PS3 version, especially if you have the old Vita. I know how people are like, the new Vita's better. No, actually it is not. It has an LCD screen. LCD screen on the new ones. The old ones have an OLED screen, and that is a really expensive, really beautiful screen. And that's why Sony went cheaper to make more money, because they were barely making any money on that one. And if you look at an OLED TV, a big one, you're gonna spend like $10,000 or something on it. And maybe in the future when you watch this review, it might not be, because the prices might have come down. But I believe that's the next step in the retail market. I've been seeing them come out, but they're really expensive. Like I said, in past games, the graphics could always be improved on the Hyperdimension series altogether, but they did improve upon the graphics compared to the PS3 version, in my opinion. And yes, this game is PlayStation TV compatible, so you can play it on your TV. It looks fine. I think the smaller version of it on the Vita looks better, but on the TV it looks fine too. It plays fine, it looks fine. If you have a PlayStation TV, they're only like, you can get them on sale for like $40, $50. They're pretty cheap now, so there's no, and this game was going to be coming out on Steam in the near future. I believe it said fall when I looked it up, fall 2015, so you can look forward to playing it on your computer as well. And also another element that I thought looked better in the game was the grass. The grass doesn't look all muddy. It looks better than it did in the PS3 version, as far as I can remember. Overall, the game is a proper remake of Hyperdimension Neptunia Victory, with all kinds of extra content. The fun gameplay and improved graphics, along with the fun parodic the parodic storyline, makes Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 a must-buy for PlayStation Vita owners and Hyperdimension series fanatics. Also, if you're a big gaming fan, you should love this game. If you like turn-based RPGs, this game's just for everyone, except for, I like Call of Duty, that's all I play, that's the only game I'm gonna buy. Except for those people. Sorry if I made fun of you, but it's not gonna be for you probably. I give the game a 9 out of 10 just because of the graphics thing. They could be improved upon. It's not like the game is The Last of Us or Uncharted 2. It's a great game, but it's not everything is perfect. I will say though, it is one of the best Hyperdimension games in the series. So if you guys like to buy the game, you can use my Amazon link below. It'll take you straight to Amazon, and it'll give me like a 4% commission from it. That's not a whole lot, but it'll help support my channel. Also, don't forget the thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe. I will not have content for this at the moment because my computer died and I'm using my MacBook Air, which does not record gameplay. So thank you guys for watching. See ya.